You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. This weekend, Winnipeg's Baroque Chamber Choir Canzona celebrates 35 years, and they're throwing a party. Closing out the Winnipeg Baroque Festival on Sunday night, and they welcome back old friends, special guests, and feature some pretty outstanding music to boot. Joining me this morning is Artistic Director and Conductor of Canzona, Elroy Friesen. Welcome back to the program, Elroy.
Thank you. Really glad to be here.
Well, wonderful to have you here. 35 years of outstanding Baroque music and beyond, I might add. So let me say, congrats on the milestone anniversary.
Thank you.
So this is quite the birthday bash. Singers, an alumni chorus, the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra, and more. Can we begin by chatting about the music that's programmed around the event? It all begins with a grand Handel anthem, doesn't it?
Yeah, Zadok the Priest. I've always wanted to do it. I've never had a chance. I've never heard it live, actually. And I know the symphony had it in their library, but it hasn't been touched in years because I spoke with players who've been in the group for 20 years and they have never seen it. So it's a pretty exciting start.
That seems so surprising to me. It is just one of those works that is, it's really going to set the tone. It's so surprising that you haven't conducted it or heard it live. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah. And it is something that we've heard on recordings everywhere. It's a favorite, right? And we hear it on the coronations in the UK. It consistently comes up and all of those kinds of places. But yeah, not here.
Well, what a treat and what a way to begin this 35th anniversary celebration. Music of Handel. There's more music of Handel on the program, a composer who's really been a backbone of the ensemble in their 35 years. Tell us about the Dixie Dominus that you're going to be performing.
So it's... I think Handel was trying to prove himself in Italy because it is a tricky piece, and as we were learning it with the choir, it's extreme ranges for virtually every choir part. I have bassists who say that's too high for me, sopranos who say we can't sing that high any longer. Like he's proven himself in Italy. Also, there's like war going on. Italy is at war. There's the whole Spanish succession issues. And so it seems like maybe he chose the text under kind of militant circumstances. But he's definitely proven himself in Italy.
Yeah, music of early 20s Handel. It's from very early in his catalog. And like you say, just kind of... flaunting his stuff, if you will, and really encouraging the singers to go along for the ride, right?
And it's like the rehearsal process is strenuous. We'll rehearse a movement or two, and then we have to go to something else because it's extreme ranges. We had an amazing run through on Tuesday with the symphony for the first time, and it just came together. So it's cooking now, but I was losing some sleep. Let's just say.
I mean, that's just it. I mean, Canzona is one of those groups that's always been up for the challenge, and I mean, like you say, not an easy sing, but certainly a rewarding sing. And Canzona, known as Winnipeg's Baroque ensemble, but it really is Baroque and beyond, and you're sort of showcasing that in this 35th anniversary celebration as well. Music of the contemporary Pulitzer Prize-winning composer Caroline Shaw. Can you tell us a little bit about this work? 2016, it was written to the hands.
Yeah, it's in response to a Buxtehude piece, the Membra Jesu Nostra, and the movement on Ad Manus. And she's picked poetry. Some of it is from Buxtehude's work. Some of it is Hebrew texts from the Old Testament. Old Testament. And it comes from the point of talking about the hands and wounds that we carry in our hands and wounds that we have given to others with our hands. It's very reflective. It is, my take on it is it's social justice. We talk about forced immigration and internal displacement within countries. And we live in a time right now where there's a lot of things to reflect on. And we're also living in a city where we've got work to do in building healthy community. And so there's lots to reflect on. And the music is spectacular. It is my favorite. I mean, the symphony eats it up because they live in new music with our Winnipeg New Music Festival. The choir, it's been a challenge, but it's my favorite piece on the program. It's really stunning.
I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, Caroline Shaw. And from what I've heard of this piece, I mean, it sort of almost begins in this Buxtehude-esque sound world before she really breaks that musical language.
Yeah,
right?
she takes it apart, and you have some chant in the beginning, and like it's really going back. and you don't stay in Buxtehude land very long. It really heads out.
And there's this social justice component, as you say, that comes with this work, really looking at the suffering of those around the world, those around us, those seeking refuge, and our role and responsibility with them. And I think that segues nicely to this last work on the program, a real prayer for peace, the Dona Nobis Pacem from the B minor Mass, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I sang it with Henry years ago. It must have been in the 90s. Is that true? I think so. And having the alumni join us is going to be great. Henry sent us his scores with the old markings, exactly how we're used to it. He highlighted the ones that were really important in red. We've all got that, and so we get to sing with him this weekend, and it's great to be coming together for that.
Can you talk more about that? Because I know you've worked really closely with Henry. You grew up really singing with him. Can you talk more about what it means to bring him back into the fold, the founding conductor of Canzona, who spent the first 25 years leading the ensemble?
You know, he's passionate about Baroque music, and he is passionate about Bach. It's great that this Bach piece fits in with the instrumentation we have, the time we have, etc. And he got me into Baroque performance practice before I even knew that was a term, before I didn't realize there were so many things. I was so far ahead of many of my colleagues when I went off to grad school. And it's thanks to him. It was like living in a Baroque lab when I got to work under him.
And you succeeded him as director of choral studies at the Des Hôtels Faculty of Music. So special to welcome him back to the podium.
Yeah.
And some old friends too, right? An alumni course joining the current crop of singers. It should be a wonderful capstone on 35 years.
Yeah, I've been seeing some of the singers in the community at the Baroque Festival, etc. There's a lot of excitement to be coming together.
So speaking of buzz and excitement, there's going to be plenty of excitement on Sunday. And this is brand new news. I mean, we just found out this morning, really, late last night, that there's going to be a flurry of activity, pardon the pun, descending on downtown Winnipeg as the whiteout happens. Round one matchup, Jets, Colorado, 6 p.m. The concert's at 7 p.m. at Knox United Church, all just adding to the celebratory atmosphere, right, Elroy?
Yeah. We're going to have to be smart with parking, etc. The good news is, well, there are two good points to this. One is we have a great team. The Jets are a great team, and so there's lots to celebrate there, and it's fun to be part of that energy. The other bit of good news is that it's going to be a warm, sunny evening, so a little bit of a walk will be good for all of us. That's all I can say.
Yeah, exactly that. So the concert happening at 7 p.m. at Knox United Church. This is also a capstone on Winnipeg Baroque Festival. The third installment, and Canzona was there from the get-go. This is your first time being a part of the Winnipeg Baroque Festival. This is your first full season as artistic director of Canzona. What does it mean to you as not only an artistic director of an ensemble involved in the group, but just as an admirer of Baroque music? Because I know you've been to a few of the festivals. What's it mean to be part of this great event?
Well, I'm a people person, and relationships for me that's what drives me. And so to be at these concerts and connecting with my colleagues and friends, even hearing some of Canzona members singing in other concerts, and just being able to relish in their skills and their love of music, it's been community building beyond, and there's definitely Baroque and way beyond Baroque. That's what's been really cool.
So come be part of the community. There's plenty of concerts happening over the next few days, and it all concludes 7 p.m. at Knox United Church with Canzona. You can get tickets at canzona.ca or winnipegbaroquefestival.com. Elroy, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.